And speaking of that, we got the legendary, great actor. Y'all might you might know him as Abdullah from Car Wash. Yeah. He was a dude that movie. He got into it with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Commando, and Schwarzenegger put the little blade of glass through him. Been on a great thing.
And what about Predator? What about Predator?
Oh, nigga. Oh, I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. You know,
that was awesome. And when you broke the shit on your face.
But my favorite movie that he was in, when he gave the classic Negro line,
I slapped shit out of you.
In Menace to Society.
What was it?
When my man, he was interrogating, my man said, "You know you don't fucked up,
nigga. You fucked up.
You know you don't fucked up. No, you said you bought it at 11:35, nigga. No, you know you don't fucked up.
You remember the lines, okay?
Nigga, I confess. Like, you're right. I shot old dog. Give it up for the legendary, incredibly talented, wonderful director.
How we get
hard to get in this acting class, Bill Duke.
Yes. Hey, well, drop on.
How y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
Drop on.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Co-readings I have too.
So my first question, Bill Duke, I hear you got another film you just directed. It's coming out. Show Light.
Yes, Not Easily Broken. Originally a T.D. Jakes book, and we turned it to a feature film. Morris Chestnut, Taraji Henson, and Maeve Quinlan.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart, Jennifer Lewis. A lot of good people.
So what is this? What is this film about? Because I didn't get a chance to read the book because my GED didn't cover that.
I understand.
Yeah.
Neither did Lewis.
You know what? So what is this? What is Not Easily Broken all about?
It's really about relationships, and it's about from a male perspective, and it's also about the fact that he believes in his book that if you have a relationship and if you have the man and the woman and God's not in the middle, then it left the egos and baggage and stuff like that. So what he basically does is talk about that in the film and shows a couple that starts out with that, and then they lose it and they come back to it.
Which is Morris Chestnut in Taraji.
Yeah, and then it's from a male perspective too, in the sense that men don't get a chance sometimes in the film to talk about themselves, their problems, their issues, and so it's from a male perspective. And it's not about men being strong, but being vulnerable and also being taken care of.
So are we crying in that movie?
No, we don't cry. Good. We have pain, though. We have some pain.
Hey, Morris Chestnut had his shirt off, so did you do
I didn't notice that. I don't know how you know that.
The lady,
are you high today?
The ladies.
I asked him the same question
the ladies like that, I think.
And
Lewis.
apparently Lewis did.
So let me ask you this.
That was not no.
So let me ask you this.
No, I'm not
We're going to keep the focus on Bill Duke. So let me ask you this.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal. Like one of the films that I love, one of the great films that I love that you directed was Hoodlum.
Yes.
Ooh, that was before, they came out with American Gangster with Bumpy Johnson and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga. Nigga, we got celebrities just walking in.
We got a half of a celebrity. It's a half one.
We got celebrities walking in.
With a baby T on.
Cat Williams. I'm sorry. Kevin Hart just walked in.
Rolls Royce.
That's another Eagles fan.
What up, Kevin Hart?
That's another Eagles fan that's coming in here.
Give it up for Kevin Hart who just walked in.
He don't need a chair. He can stand right here by the table.
Yeah. Him and the mic is the same size.
That's an Eagles fan. Kevin Hart.
Mr. Duke, I wanted to ask you, what draws you to films to direct? What keeps you? How do you choose the films you want to work on?
The message. And
wow, you can sit with Claudia.
Try to. I call it like for me, it's like edutainment. Want to entertain people, but also give some information that makes them reflective in terms of themselves and the world around them, that kind of thing. And I know it sounds corny, but today, media has a very powerful impact on our children and on us.
Yes, it does.
And so we can use the same devices to educate and to give some insight.
Okay. And out of all the movies you directed, what was your favorite? Because you got Rage in Harlem, Deep Cover, Hoodlum.
Hoodlum was
I would say Hoodlum and Deep Cover.
Not Easily Broken.
Yeah. I like Deep and Not Easily Broken. That's right. Not Easily Broken has a good,
Kevin Hart
strong
is just
message.
into the building. Kevin Hart is in
Mr. Kevin Hart, and he's brilliant in it. It's funny and.
This time?
And surprisingly lightweight. He's on my lap and I can barely feel a thing.
You got your hand right up his back too.
First of all,
do you feel that there's a big market for these kind of movies?
It will be if we go to the box office. The studios, it's very simple. The studios, they have a bottom line. It's called money. If we show up, that says we want to see more. If we don't show up, we say we want to see something else. So
black folks show up.
So you definitely should show up this weekend. And also check your ticket stubs. What happens sometimes, you'll buy a ticket for my movie, but you get the ticket stubs for another movie. So you got to check the stubs.
A white movie.
Right, right.
So I'm just saying it's very important to do the business.
So what is?
Do you know what he's saying, Speedy?
Ain't that a bitch?
In other words, he's saying when you're in a film, sometimes people go see a movie, but that ticket might not count. Being that your film careers went nowhere, you don't understand that.
At least when I'm in the theater, I'm not in the booster seat.
Out the gate.
So Kevin Hart, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Johnny Mac.
You know, I love Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? I love your stand up at Savoy. I was there. Checked it out.
Thank you, man. I came here to support my man Bill. I heard Bill was down here, so I told him I was gonna come by.
Always get a credit to me.
Bird too?
Always get a credit to me.
I would have gave it to you, Johnny, but Bill right here, so I gotta go to Bill.
That's true.
Like, if he wasn't here, I'd be like, Johnny, you know, I'll show you nothing but love. I'm down here for you.
How was it working with Bill?
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Hands-on director?
Bill Duke is the real deal. Yeah, he's a director, Speedy. And you don't work with them. But what they are.
Speedy works for choir directors.
Speedy hasn't had that chance yet. But no, I'm gonna tell you something about Bill, man.
Bill, we're gonna change that.
Bill Duke is the real deal. You know, he had us out there, man, and he's one of those directors that are really into you bringing what you can to the character, but he's still gonna tell you what to do. But you know, you got to stay within certain lines. And,
where did you shoot this film at?
We shot it here. We shot it, you know what I'm saying?
So, Kevin, tell us what your character's about.
I played
Did Lewis warm up?
What'd you say? The Lewis?
Did he warm up the movie?
Lewis, man, you have no gripe, and I'll keep it that way.
Hey, you know, Philly.
Lewis is a nice guy.
Lewis is not that guy.
Oh, that's right. You from Philly.
So if we can get back to the lecture here.
My character.
Right.
I play Tree in the movie. Tree is a
Tree Stump?
No.
Shrub? Is he playing Shrub?
Yeah, the title of my character has nothing to do with my personal appearance, Johnny Mac. Okay? I play a henpecked married man who believes that you know, my woman's way is the right way, and I feel like the other characters.
Oh, you play Louis Dick.
I couldn't get it off fast enough.
He's hilarious. He's great. He's great in the film. Really. Yeah.
So what is the message, Mr. Duke, that you say you do movies that has a message? In this film, what is the message?
Fundamental message is that in a relationship, if you're in a relationship and you're only depending on the physical aspect of a person, then you're going to fail. But if it's spiritually based and you're looking for a partner in spirit, it's going to last.
Okay. In other words,
I'm looking for a partner that drinks spirits.
Johnny Matt looked hella confused, like, huh?
Yeah, I was. You got to break it down for some of our listeners, because you know we you know it's really me. It's really me, because you know
what I'm saying. Really, I think what Bishop Jakes is saying basically is that, you know, sometimes we choose our partners based upon physical appearance, and it's better sometimes to do that. But also, when you need somebody, you need somebody there for you. And if God's in a relationship, then God can help provide that person what you need at that time.
Okay. I have a question.
I was confused by the T.D. Jakes. I got him confused with the dude that was loaning the money for Holyfield. What's his name? The dude that got caught up in the FBI scandal. What's his name? Creflo Dollar. That's what, I was confused with that. Anyway,
hold on.
I had one.
He was laundering money for the fight.
No, that's a different.
In the name of the Lord.
That's a totally different. That's a totally different person.
But I'm just saying, you know,
that's not T.D. Jakes.
Doesn't T.D. Jakes do that Alfred Hitchcock thing where he show up in all his?
No,
films?
that's not T.D. Jakes.
That's Spike Lee.
That's not T.D. Jakes.
No, that's Tyler Perry.
T.D. Jakes is Bishop T.D. Jakes.
Right.
Bishop's T.D. Jakes. Is he in your movie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the last movie
had nothing to do with Alfred Hitchcock.
Was his.
No, the last one wasn't his.
The last one wasn't his.
Every movie that he's been in, every movie he produces, he's in.
What other films?
He's done 2.
He's only done 2 films.
That's what I mean. Every one.
every movie. I think your tie is choking.
He has a significant role.
Thou art
loose or something. I think you suggested that you should have taken that part. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's all I'm saying. I haven't been in a Bill Duke film yet.
You remind me of a Bishop, though.
Thank you very much.
Now, a lot of people don't know, and I know that you take acting class. Shut up. Can you tell them, are you still doing the acting classes?
At the American Black Film Festival every year. It was here last year. It's in Acapulco and Miami. Now it's going to be in Miami again this year.
I'm going to that.
And we teach the business of the business. One of the problems that we find when young people come to this town is in getting into the business, they depend upon their looks, their body shapes, and all that stuff, and their talent.
Various.
But they don't know the business. You know what I mean? They don't know the distribution. They don't know exhibition. They don't know the craft of the business.
Right.
And it's a cold-blooded, horrible business.
Right.
So tell them,
it will eat you up.
It's cutthroat.
When do you do it again?
At the American Black Film Festival in Miami. So it's going to be there this year.
What month is this? When is it going down? When? But I want to come down and support you, and also get some bitches.
Yeah.
I forgot. You don't know what it is? You don't know what it is?
I forgot.
It's not really your thing.
I'll get back to you.
It's T.D. Jakes' thing.
So like Sarah Palin. I'll get back to you.
She's shooting mooses right now.
Bill Duke, I
In
wanted
Russia.
to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How was it? Hey man, listen. I wonder how was it working with T.D. Jakes, because he's not an actor, right? So did you have to do some different things to bring out a more realistic performance from?
No, he does have acting skills. He really does, and also he's talking about something he'd written, so he knew and understood the characters before he even got there. So it was a pleasure. Yes, sir.
I have a question. How do you get the movies that you're going to direct? You got a picture deal, or do they select you out of a hat? Tell people, how do you get the opportunity to direct these movies? Show light.
Well, there's two ways. Either studio has a movie that they're going to do, and they think I'm the right person, so they call my agents or my manager, or I have an idea that I pitch to them, and then they fund it. And that's all good, but what I'm trying to do now is start my own company, because in those scenarios, you don't own anything.
Right.
And if you don't own anything, there's no annuity. It's a salary, it's good.
Right.
But it'd be good to own some content that you have as an annuity for your great-grandchildren.
So you're looking for scripts, right? You're looking for scripts.
Always.
Speedy, will you stop trying to work?
But don't you?
They want scripts on paper, not on a menu.
Speedy, if it hasn't happened in 20 years, it's not going to